Something of great significance occurred, which had something to do with Ergamenes and the priests of Amun, which resulted in the abrupt decline of Egyptian influence. The Nubia Museum states, "When the kings ceased writing in Egyptian and began writing in their own Meroitic language, we suddenly ceased being able to understand their official inscriptions, and this seems to have happened rather abruptly," arguing for the truth of Diodorus's version of history. Reisner also claims that Ergamenes was a contemporary of Ptolemy IV Philopator, reigned 221 to 205 BCE, instead of Ptolemy II Philadelphus, and that he was instrumental in the building of the Naqada temple in southern Egypt. Relations between the Kushites and Egypt were strained during the reign of Ptolemy IV, however, and cooperation between the two countries in a building project seems unlikely. More importantly, however, the dates simply do not match, as Ergamenes was no longer king of Meroe. However, notes, "The veracity of Diodorus's statement has been doubted, but there is no other evidence to bear on this question one way or the other. What is known is that after the reign of Ergamenes, Egyptian influence in the region of Nubia declines, the kingdom of Meroe rises, and Meroitic script replaces that of the Egyptians, mutually respectful relationship between the two countries. After Ergamenes had asserted his authority over the priests of Amun, Egyptian monarchs and the Amun cult had a long history of mutual distrust and friction by this date, after all, and Ergamenes' refusal to play by their rules would have sat well with an Egyptian king, having the tradition of internment of the dead at Napata following Egyptian tradition. Although all of the tombs found at Meroe, including Ergamenes', have been plundered, the evidence which have been uncovered points to practices similar to the Egyptian, but significantly different. Two examples of these differences are the depictions of Meroitic kings in Egyptian poses, but with Kushite elements such as dress, facial features, and weaponry, and the style of coffins used in burials. Similarities would include the rituals surrounding the burial of the dead, placement of personal objects in the grave or tomb, and the fashioning of the tomb as a home for the deceased. Egyptian architectural designs were kept, but modified to reflect the culture of Kush, and the same was true for statuary and other artwork. The cult of Amun continued at Meroe, and in fact, the temple of Amun in the center of the city was considered a masterwork, but the priests no longer had power over the kings. The kingship itself changed following Ergamenes' reign with the institution of queens,